Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Motormouth Broadcasting, and welcome into the Maximum Velocity Racing League presents the CNC Home Design Truck Series live tonight for round 9 of season 5 out at Kansas Motor Speedway. Hamish Runner here with you alongside Jim Cunningham as always. And Jim, we get to go racing at one of the best mile and a half speedway circuits on the entire iRacing calendar. This is a fantastic place to go racing, and ultimately it is a place that offers up fantastic racing and a fantastic opportunity for us tonight to go racing within Maximum Velocity Racing League. And what I'm interested tonight as qualifying is about to get underway is who can make it into the top 43, because I think ultimately any of the drivers who've signed up tonight can make that top 43 through this qualifying process.
Agreed, and it's good to be here with you. And we do love Kansas. I'm going to go ahead and pull the timing up as the guys are starting to qualify. We the whole thing got a little out of kilter tonight with the session starting. So, but anyway, yeah, it's great to be here. This is one of those tracks like Miami that's one of our favorites because of the way it wears on the tires and the way that you have to go searching for grip, and there's multiple lanes to race in, all the things that to me make good racing.
Well, I mean, it's a real driver's track, right? It's a driver's track of everyone's got to try and put that perfect lap together here through this qualification process. But it's a tough tri-oval. You can cut the tri-oval, obviously, when you're running through across the start-finish line. And trying to get as much pace out of the car around that tri-oval section is going to be really important. I think tonight we could be in for, obviously, that classic plate racing style of racing as well throughout the racing process as the laps are beginning to come in. Stove Price Jr. has gone to a provisional pole position at the moment with a 30.7. At this stage, we've had 38 cars set a lap time. We've still got a handful of cars to go, but only 5 slots available here in the qualification process for Maximum Velocity Racing League. And if you're just joining us, you've not joined us before for MVRL action, only 43 cars make it. More can join the session and qualify for the race, but only the top 43 will make qualifying. We've now set 43 cars, with Justin Michael being at the back end of that train.
Wow.
Each driver 2 laps through qualifying, so he's got work to do. He's just been knocked off the totem pole down to P44. Wow. We're still waiting for Chris Walker, James Lehman, Michael Milfelt Jr., Chris Hagee, as well as Chris Howe, Dakota Floyd, Billy Bumgarner, Griffin Saylor, Brandon Groover, and Scott Patton to set lap times here throughout the qualification process. But we'll see where they're all going to end up, Jim, because times are coming in.
Just jumped way up there, didn't he?
He did. He's gone straight up to pole position with a 30.6. So he gets himself out of the danger zone as more and more lap times are coming in.
You just screw one of these laps up, man, and you're going home.
Oh, that's right. It's exactly right, Jim. I mean, you make a mistake and that's it. It's done. We've already knocked out 3 drivers in qualifying. Austin Baird, Ivan Jones, Trent Drummer finished their lap times. Chris Howe, so it's his first time and he goes to P44. Chris Hagee finishes his final lap in qualifying. Has he gone any better? And will he find himself in the field? He will not. Hagee is out, as Woods has now been knocked out as well. Floyd knocks out Sargent, who will be packing up and going home. 2 cars still to set times. Lehman and Patton. Wow, wouldn't it be interesting if James Lehman, the race winner last time here, if he missed out on qualifying?
I mean, look, it can happen. Defending series champion. And also, I mean, there's nobody safe here. NASCAR, when they were
No, Groover's out. Yeah, Groover's out tonight. So his laps are finished and his night is over and done with. Currently, Michael Brooks is at pressure of going out. Lehman crosses the line. He makes it into the race as Michael Brooks has now been knocked out. Hagee is gone. Scott Patton has made it as well. That's knocked out Tyrone Harris out there, out of the race here this evening as well. So the drivers who have been knocked out through the qualification process, Tyrone Harris, Michael Brooks, Griffin Saylor, Chris Sargent, Charles Woods, Kyle Stewart, Brandon Groover, Brad Slagle, Chris Hagee, Austin Baird, Ivan Jones, and Trent Drum have all been knocked out through qualifying. Top 43 move on to the race start. It does indeed, as Justin Michael will start pole position alongside Richard Holland on the front row of the grid. To row two, we'll find Austin Wagner and Stove Price Jr. here this evening. We've got 22 grids to go through, or 22 rows to go through here tonight. Keaton Tripp, James Lehman, then for the top six, Lehman making the changeover to the new Ram truck this week as we begin season two of iRacing. On Elliott Patton then to the top eight in qualifying as well, and making up our top 10. We'll find ourselves with Bentley Glazer and Nathan Carroll for the fifth row of the grid. To row six and P11, we'll find Scott Sanderson and Ty Stanley for the top 12. And to row seven, we'll find Justin Ritchie and Jeff Hollingsworth for the top 14. Another new Ram out there as well. Row eight for the top 15, we'll find Chris Howell alongside Matt Rodoloso for P16 on the road. And to row nine, we find Will Kirk. Captain Kirk's out there once again, starting alongside Dakota Floyd in that Gorilla Glue entry in P18 on the ninth row of the grid. To row 10, we find Jared Wishon alongside Thomas Lee then for the top 20. Into row 11, we're halfway through now. Parker Donaldson, Gordon Spain makes up the top 22 cars on the grid here this evening. Tommy Cook will start alongside TJ Lee Jr. for the top 24 on row 12. And to row 13, we'll find ourselves with Greg Moore in the Shitty Coolers entry alongside Billy Bumgarner for the Subway entry as well. Row 14, we'll find Josh Fracker and Rod Mitten then for the top 28 car. And to row 15, we find John Schoenbachler alongside Chris Walker for the top 30. Jordan Nees, Kerry Cleaver, then the top 32 cars in qualifying for row 16 to row 17. We find Rylan Neese and Rob Haynes for the top 34. Heath Smith and Bill, the People's Champion Paradise, has made the race tonight, Jim, onto the 18th row of the grid to make up our top 36 cars. And to row 19, we'll find ourselves with CJ McLaughlin alongside Michael Milf Jr. for the top 38. To row 20, we find Jack Watts and Joshua Motorcheck for the top 40. To row 21, in behind them, we'll find Riley Laverne and Austin Wagner for the top 42. The 42 truck in P42 tonight. In the final grid position, Paul Crumray in the Ram truck in P43. Everyone else has been knocked out. Well, yeah. Well, I look at a name on that list and I look at a driver who didn't make it, Brandon Groover. He's in the chase bubble at the moment, P14. He's not racing tonight, so there'll be no points on the board for him. How's that going to affect his championship going forward? Into that chase in a couple of weeks' time, he really has to maximize now and focus on making the next few weeks because he needs to try and get the points. He wants to be in that top 16 to be in the chase. And ultimately, with the likes of Schoenbachler and Kirk and Haynes in behind him, they're going to be hunting down that position. They're going to be trying to sneak on by him throughout the proceedings of tonight's event. Oh, Apparently they can't hear you, Jim. I think apparently on the broadcast.
Yeah, no, that's those daggum Windows updates got me again. Never fails.
Green
Hey,
flag at Kansas Motor Speedway as we're racing once again through a technical difficulty thanks to a Windows update on Jim's end. Don't you hate that? I hate how that is an automatic factor of knocking out our sound whenever it happens. But the scramble through turn 2 and onto the backstretch as Michael has gotten us underway ahead of Wagner and Holland with Elliott and Price Jr. in the top 5, Glazer, Sanderson, Patton, Lehman, Stanley the top 10. It's been an incredible run off this race start. We've gone green flag to lap 2.
I'll tell you what, they are not having any problems going 3 and 4 wide back here already. Look at this, would you?
I mean, they're no strangers to trying to hunt for positions. We've seen it all throughout this season thus far. Let's talk about the win records to this point, Jim. 8 rounds in,
yes.
7 different winners across those 8 rounds. Only 1 two-time winner this season, that being Keaton Tripp. And he looks pretty well primed to try and get himself into a championship winning position this season. Again, the only multiple-time race winner. This is the point of the season that drivers have got to be trying to maximize in getting those, those extra wins. For Justin Michael, he's a previous race winner here 3 times out of the last 4. He'll be hoping that this time is going to be a 4th out of 5 because he'll want that second win. It'll put him that little bit closer to Tripp, and it's going to help him going into the chase in a couple of weeks' time when we finish out the regular season.
Yeah, at this point forward, we're going to be obviously focusing a lot on getting into the chase and drivers positioning themselves for that. Because that's what it's really all about, is racing for a championship. And so this is crunch time from here on. We've got 5 or 6 races left till the chase starts.
Well, of course, as well. So I've never actually been able to call a chase series before, Jim. I've only ever been able to call playoffs. So I'm a little bit uneducated on how a chase works. Can you talk to, for me and maybe some viewers out there who don't understand, how does a chase work in the terms of NASCAR? And what's that going to look like when we're battling for the championship in the final 5 rounds?
Well, if I'm being completely honest with you, I'm going to need to read up on what their rules are for this particular chase. So we will revisit that next week in more details.
Okay. We can talk about next week what their chase format is. But okay, let's look at then what is now the modern day chase format, because obviously they've brought it back for 2026. What about the previous chase format, Jim? What about before the playoffs became a thing and they had the chase previously? Do you remember what it was like then?
I don't, to be honest with you. Well, if I'm being completely honest, there was a period there when NASCAR started throwing out stages and a few other things like that I kind of tuned out for a little while. And
yes.
Because it wasn't what I grew up on. It wasn't, and I was one of those fans that if it's not what I grew up on, I don't want to watch it. And it's changed to some degree now, but
what I would then think in my mind is what the chase would be is it'll be the top 16 are battling for the championship, and they score points across the 5 rounds. Whoever scores the most across the 5 rounds wins the championship. That's what I assume the chase is. Okay. All right.
Yes.
So if you're looking at the current run of momentum,
it's not an elimination system. I do not.
No, but it's whoever scores the most across those 5 rounds. Okay. Yes. So my mind then goes to, well, who has been our major players this season as we're getting into our rhythm now? Been great to get into our rhythm too. And when we get up the timing for everyone out there as well, you'll see we're on lap 8 at this stage of the race. Justin Michael's in a controlling position at the front end of the field. We've got Howard, Wagner, Elliott, Lehman, Glazer, Price Jr., Carroll, Patton, and Howe inside of the top 10, running 100 laps here this evening as well for Kansas Motor Speedway. So, 100 laps here can fly by pretty quickly, but it could also trundle along if we do get into a process of caution after caution, and it's not out of the realm that could happen at Kansas Motor Speedway, of course, here this evening.
It's one of those tracks that doesn't lend itself to that as much because it does give you room to spread out and kind of race, pick your line. You see guys up there hugging the wall, like, for example, who is that? Is that Stowe? That's Stowe Price Jr. there running. He was running the high lineup on the wall there. And then you got guys, like Nathan Carroll that's running that middle to low line. Yeah, it's just it gives you so much room. It kind of allows for people to scramble around a little bit. The negative is it's pretty tough on tires. So as you get into these runs, you're going to see guys start sliding around, and that is where problems can come in. But as you know, cautions breed cautions in these things. You get one, and then
They do.
and sometimes they just start stacking up.
I wouldn't be surprised, Jim, if we saw ourselves with the moment of the stage break comes out at lap 30 and all of a sudden we're going to go through a little process of some cautions happening. There was some important information as well that I meant to mention after qualifying leading into the race start too. I'm going to mention them now though,
Sure.
so we understand where some drivers may be based on where they qualified.
Yes.
So there was a heap of EOLs coming in this week and there were some big names amongst these EOLs as well. We're going to go in number order of who had EOLs coming into this race, so you may understand better why some of your favourite drivers are not at the front where they actually qualified. So the number 9 truck of Will Kirk had a rear of grid. Harris in the 16 had a rear of grid. Grinnell in the 18. Whitman in the 19. Nees in the 27 in Groover. Voiles in the 28, Tyler in the 30, Spain in the 38, Dewar in the 45. I don't think he started the race though. Lee in the 54, Terheimer in the 75. Don't believe he started. 91 of McLaughlin, 92 of Minton, 97 of Baird, and the biggest one out of the lot, Jim, the 419, the championship leader, leading into the chase. Keaton Tripp had an EOL penalty this evening.
Right now he's having major connection issues.
Yeah,
he's dropped.
The lucky factor for Keaton is he's got enough gap right now, Jim. If he did drop out, he'd be okay with the rounds that are upcoming this season. He would be okay. He can afford a poor round after a very strong run throughout the series thus far. To update everyone on where we are in the championship at this stage, obviously we're round 9. We go to round 15. Then the chase begins for the final 5 rounds. We've got Sonoma coming up next week, road course action. Fantastic, Jim. So excited for that. Charlotte Motor Speedway, Nashville, Lucas Oil Raceway Park for some more short track action, Pocono, and then Michigan's going to end out the regular season at the end of April. So throughout this next month, we are in for 6 rounds of spectacular racing through a whole heap of different track styles and race styles as well. Obviously with that road course, that's going to be some difficulty. The next track that's similar to Kansas is Nashville Motor Speedway, but the real dart throwers there is going to be the short track of Lucas Oil Speedway and Michigan, although Michigan's around about a mile long.
No, Michigan.
And the tricky triangle.
Michigan
is it not?
2 miles.
Oh,
Michigan
2 miles. Okay.
is one of the longest circuits on the, other than the 2 super speedways. California Auto Club is 2 miles, and Michigan is 2 miles. That's right. So that's right. But Michigan has an old, worn-out surface as well. It's one of those 5 lanes.
You know what I'm thinking of, Jim? Michigan has the really nice track logos that I like, where it has the track layout with like a little graphic in it, similar to Richmond and Homestead. Yes. And I was thinking it was Richmond for a moment, but it's not.
No,
but the other dart thrower. The other dart thrower is the tricky triangle at Pocono. Yes. That is going to be a real. Oh, dude, it's so good.
It's one of my favorite tracks to drive. I love the fact that
it's absolutely fantastic.
3 different corners there. I love it.
Yep, absolutely fantastic. Lap 16 and 100. So we've just ticked past the halfway point of the stage here tonight. There's been some good gainers thus far, all throughout the field. Tommy Cook up 12 positions in this race. Haynes up 19. Milfeld Jr. up 19 as well after a poor qualifying. Motorcheck up 20. Nice up 11. Smith up 12. Crumray, who is racing tonight, I was incorrect. Crumray is racing up 18, but he did have a rear of grid. So he actually qualified further back. Still had his EOL and has gone up 18 spots. Fantastic. And Austin Wagner. Austin Wagner's been on the absolute gain tonight as well. He is up 15 positions tonight and battling away with Paul Crumray at this stage.
They're all right
in that
here
new Ram
William Kirk.
They're all together.
EOL, so he's down in position because
so he's technically down 8, but he started at the back of the field, so we could maybe give him a net gain of maybe 20-ish positions. So, Captain Kirk's doing a great job tonight. He is piloting that Starship Enterprise of his in that Chevrolet all the way forward to P25, and it's great to see.
I'm not going to lie to you. If they hung the nickname Captain Kirk on me, I absolutely would be running a livery that looked like the Starship Enterprise, like metal panels, kind of thing.
Got a Commander Gold race suit as well as they scream past the tri-oval start-finish line and in towards turn 1 here at Kansas. And Kansas is a very oddly shaped tri-oval, of course. It's a lot more... when you look at the grand scheme of a tri-oval, right, Jim, often at times the track map's very wide. This track is very much more almost circular. It's a lot tighter in terms of end to end, from turn 1 and 2 to turn 3, and it's kind of squished. So that can offer up some difficulty, but what it offers is the entry into turn 1 is nice and easy because you come off the tri-oval and you're kind of straight into turn 1. And the exit of 4 is really nice, coming straight into the tri-oval itself. The difficult corners are turn 2 and turn 3 because you're coming out right into a straightaway, and off the straightaway you're trying to get right on the banking into turn 3 as well. It's a very difficult balance circuit, is Kansas, and it's one that as the race goes on and as the tyres begin to wear away, these trucks are going to get real loose through turn 2 and on the entry into 3. And that may be the moment that we start to see some cautions coming out because drivers may be getting into their comfortable zone, into their rhythm as well. And knowing that that stage break can come and break their rhythm, all of a sudden, that can completely change the game in terms of mentality, but also in terms of the race as well.
Yeah, no, I agree. This is it's an interesting place, man. I'm just looking here as I'm going back through the field at some of these battles we got going on here. Like we got Bumgardner here on the low side in the subway entry, running with Jordan Neves here.
Yeah, of course, for Neves and Bumgarner, lower down the order tonight from their starting positions. Of course, they qualified up and amongst the mid-top 20, but now they've dropped down to the mid-P35 and 34 moments. There's Keaton Tripp, who's been on the struggle street here this evening. Obviously, in EOL, he qualified in 5th place, but he started at the back of the field, and he's not made any gains this evening. Have we found the chink in the armor of Keaton Tripp?
No.
And then I asked him, as these battles are happening, how do you change the strategy game then, knowing you had a... Do you change it up and think, I'm going to go as long as possible, gain as many positions as I can, go to the stage break, come in, maybe not take tires, maybe just take fuel, get track position, and then push on after that? That might have to be the game plan tonight for Keaton Tripp.
You can't just take fuel here. Not over a long run. The tires will kill you. You'd rocket straight back to the back. I don't think he's honestly that worried about it yet. I think he's just going to – I think he's been dealing with those connection issues, which – if he was made aware of that by somebody spotting for him, or he could see it happening on his ping on his computer or something like that, I think he might have been just kind of dilly-dallying around the back to keep from causing grief. But no, I don't think so. I think he's still fast. Whoa, where's the smoke coming from?
Jared Wishon has been off the road.
No caution.
No caution's been thrown, though, so he wasn't actually stopped on the circuit. This is what happened. Got real loose after possible rear-end contact with that shit coolers entry. Yeah. I think there was a little bit of contact with that. It's very rude of Jared to rickroll us like that. A little bit of contact there with Greg Maul on the back of him. I think that got him a bit loose. Lucky not to collect anyone, but did pull it up. Did collect himself, pulled it up, and kept going. So it's a great save there from Jared Wishon, but a little bit of work to do now.
Very unfortunate, though. He's way back, and his tires are probably extremely angry right now. So he's got to be hopeful of a caution shortly, or he's going to probably be in trouble, because I can't imagine that he's not far from getting lapped at this point.
Well, he would not be, knowing that Gordon Spain is right ahead of the race leaders as well for Justin Michael and Andrew Wagner here this evening. Really impressed by the race movements thus far of Grishon Elliott as well, up 4 positions into P3 at this stage, Jim. As we mentioned, stage end is going to be coming at around about lap 30, so we're only a couple of laps away from that stage 1 ending. And then a lot of drivers are going to be, or I would say a lot would be everybody, is going to be coming into pit road at the end 100%. Of this stage, filling the car up with fuel, getting the tyres on board and pushing on for the final 70 laps as well, as Wagner gets a good run here on the inside of Michael in towards turn 3. Sneaks it into the race lead, but Michael's playing the long game here, just keeping himself neat and tidy, not battling it too hard, knowing that the stage end is coming, Jim. He wants to try and maintain position, knowing that Keaton further back in the field tonight. He'll want to try and maximize points and maximize some track position for himself as well.
Yeah, no, he's sitting in a good spot, obviously, in the points championship.
There goes the stage end, Jim. It's going to end early. Sure Paul Crumray is at a moment on the tri-oval. And around has gone Billy Bumgarner as well on the 5 entry 2. Ball flag for Crumray's car is what happened. Got loose off of turn 4, contact, and into the wall as well. Is that one of the 419?
I believe it is.
Contact.
Was that Keaton Tripp?
Was that Keaton Tripp? That's what I wonder, because he was battling with Crumray at one point, or was it Austin Wagner?
I think it was Wagner.
Who's actually a little bit further up the field.
I don't think it was Tripp, so let me go find Wagner and see.
Well, it could have been Ryland Neese. He is another one of those 419 trucks out there as well, but he doesn't have the blue, the blue. Oh no, he does have the blue lid.
No, that's Wagner there.
No, that's Neese. That's Neese in the 48. He has the yellow number.
Oh.
That was Ryland Neese.
Oh, they were right there together, weren't they?
Who's made? Yeah. It's Ryland. He's made contact with him.
All right, yeah. Let's take a look at that again. Look at it from the chopper from Ryland Neese's standpoint. So
he comes down. Crumray comes back up again. They're weaving, and then he just makes contact with the rear quarter of that car and spins it around into the wall. It's a little bit messy, Jim. It's a little bit dicey. They were tiptoeing around each other, and then they've come together. And then I think Bumgarner's just lost it on his own further up the order.
Yeah, he did. I may have been because he did something, to avoid that incident. But I'll tell you what.
Oh, no. He avoided a different. So he's avoided. Yeah, he did. So he avoided the incident, came down low onto the triangle, and actually got rear-ended. He got arca braked by the other car in behind him.
Oh my!
And that has completely spun him round. So cars are all in pit lane, knowing that the stage has ended early. Race leader of Wagner and Michael are into pit road now, so we'll see who drops out first. Between both those guys, tyres, of course, will be going on board these cars. So Michael is taking all 4, by the way.
Oh, yeah,
I was just double-checking that. Wagner is out of pit road at 14.72 seconds. That was not the stage end.
No, I was hoping to catch it before the software reset.
So Motorcheck and Wagner have actually held track position by staying out on track. They've just driven straight through pit lane and have not stopped their cars. So I'm unsure why that's happened. They shouldn't have received black flags, I wouldn't think, as Crumray has still got his meatball flag, by the way. He's actually missed his pit box. He's had to pull up, and I think that's him towing back to pit lane now. So that's an unfortunate moment for him. But weird that Motorcheck and Wagner, that being Austin Wagner, I wonder if there's actually any relation between Austin and Andrew at the front of town. They had stayed out. They've now come into pit road this time by, so they'll take their stops. Here we'll see where they end up in the field. Maybe they were trying to get a... no, they shouldn't have been a lap down, so I don't know why.
No, I think they were potentially maybe trying to lead a lap.
Maybe they missed the box. Maybe that was the problem. They might have missed their pit box, possibly, and then they've just driven straight through instead of trying to reverse back. It's a smarter choice, because if you reverse in pit lane, you're just getting disqualified, of course. So that might have been the case. Bumgarner's in as well to get his truck fixed up at this stage as well. Great to have everyone in the YouTube chat with us here tonight as well. Yimmy T's out there. Danielle Carroll's with us too. Havoc's in the chat with us. Trash Smith Racing's out there with us too. Marilyn is in the chat as well out there. Zach McGrath's out there with us as well. And Awkward Arkling is in the chat with us too tonight, Jim. So great to have everyone out there watching along with us. Appreciate your time and watching here on Motormouth Broadcasting and being in the chat with us here tonight as well. Continue to give us our thoughts. Yep.
Of Motorcheck going down pit road.
Wasn't
he one of the 2 that missed their box?
He was. He was. Yes.
Or we assume missed his box. We don't actually know what happened.
Well, he I think he just. Oh, so there you see, there was someone in behind who missed as well. They reversed back. As we're about to get set up for a restart here, Jim. So we need to go back to the live screen. Because we've just gone green flag on the start line here. He just drove straight through. It was very odd. Just drove straight through pit road. Green flag, though. Lap 32 of 100 in stage 2 has begun. Austin Wagner leads the way to Richard Holland, Justin Michael, James Lehman, Nathan Cowell, Justin Ritchie, Krishan Elliott, Bentley Glazer, Chris Howell, and Stove Price Jr. for the top 10 as battles are commencing all throughout the field for stage 2. So as it currently lines up, it's Wagner to Holland. And then there's Michael, Lehman, Carroll, Ritchie, Glazer, Elliott, Howell, and Price Jr. That was the top 10 off start for that driver lineup. We unfortunately missed the stage performances. We know that Wagner won the stage, though, and Ritchie was P2. I believe Krishan Elliott was P3, in the stage end as well. So that gives us the stage end podium. As we see, 3 wide already between the 3, the 63, and the 50 entry too. So for Lehman, Ritchie, and Carroll, they're all getting in the battle for P4 on the road.
And look at them. They all kind of tugging on that low side right now with these fresh tires on there. That won't last long, though.
No, that's right. The question in the chat, where is the 85 of Josh Motorcheck? He's back in P31. He's up 9 from where he started the race. But unfortunately, the drive to the pit lane and then taking his stop the lap later has cost him bulk positions in this one, but he is up 10 on the overall. Laverne and Wagner are also up 10 as well. It's up 11. Haynes up 13.
Was just in the wall.
Oh, the 96.
Sean Elliott just scuffed the wall there a little bit.
He's pushing hard up
there.
Too
much pace off of him, though.
No. And I tell you what, it's good to see Krishan do well tonight. He's down 3 on his start position at this stage, but he had good pace in stage 1. I'll be hoping to maintain that through stage 2 as well. You can see that Patton and Price Jr. are battling ahead of him now. Back to the 54 battle with Josh Fracker in the 56 as well. So Tommy Lee and Josh Fracker battling for position here. I tell you what, Josh has been nice and tiny the last few weeks, Jim. He's had a couple of moments here or there in terms of some incidents, but he's doing very, very well. Will Kirk as well. Great job here tonight after that EOL penalty earlier in the race. He's now back up to P15 on the road. That is a fantastic effort from Will Kirk. Dakota Floyd started 18th. He's up to P14 at this stage. We expected him to maybe take home the race win last week in the short track action but at Bristol, but unfortunately just didn't maintain and maximise, and ultimately went the way of Michael Milfeld Jr., who we joked around with, brought into the booth.
We did.
To mention shitty coolers.
Yes, we did.
And he went on to win the race. So, you know, it's no wonder everyone's jumping on board
to pull him back in again.
Now, I was going to say, no wonder everyone wanted us to drag them in. Yeah, I am. I got choked up there for a second. No wonder everyone wanted us to drag them in this week, because they saw that we are the reason he won the race last week. No doubt about it. We got him the race win last week at Bristol.
We're absolutely going to take credit for that, for sure.
We are indeed. Nathan Carroll, who's been very strong the last few weeks as well. Breakout performance a few weeks ago in round 7 of the series, of course. That was held out at Rockingham Speedway. If you missed that one, go check it out. It was a great race.
It was.
But I suspect Carroll was going to be a race winner before the season is. I really do. I think he will win a race at some point in the season. Time will tell when it's going to happen, though. And I think it's all in due time that he does.
I agree. He seemed very excited by his performance there a couple of weeks ago. But he's definitely shown some level of consistency. And first of all, you gotta do that, and then you can put yourself in a position, because the reality is on most of these races, you just got to put yourself in a position to have a chance to win the race.
That's right.
And through pit stop strategy and luck, there's definitely some luck involved in some of these.
For sure.
Look at this.
For sure there is. I mean, the absolute gaggle of cars on towards the triangle. They've kept themselves in a nice line of stern, Jim. There's no real spreading out between P1 down to P37. Everyone is separated by less than a second, and the only cars that are separated by more than half a second is Justin Michael up to Andrew Wagner.
Yes.
Other than that top 37 cars are separated by around about half. It's incredible. It's only when we get down to Bumgardner and they've been spread out just that little bit more. So, for Michael, he's going to try and get a wriggle on here. He's got Lehman on his tail, Ritchie as well. And at this stage, in the top 5, Jim, we've got all 4 different manufacturers for the first time. It's great to see.
Yeah, that's always exciting. It's fun. Dodge, a great addition to the truck series. It's just cool to have an additional manufacturer in there, and in the United States and America especially, we've got a huge. Well, even in Australia, there's a lot of brand loyalty. Y'all are very much known for your brand loyalty over there. Like Ford is super popular over there.
It doesn't really exist as heavily as what it used to. Cars series run obviously Holden versus Ford in its heyday.
Right.
Now that it's the Ford Mustang versus the Camaro, there's a lot more less brand loyalty than what there previously has been. Paul Cromray's not happy, by the way, about that incident with Ryle Neese. He's been into our chat tonight. Just talking about that, Nice is in pit lane still as well. So there's obviously a little bit of heat there, a little bit of frustration as well, Jim, and understandably so. I mean, he's just been taken out of a race, unfortunately, from a little bit of tiptoeing between each other, and he's ended up in the wall. And that's racing, though. It happens. But yeah, understandably frustrated, which I wouldn't be surprised at, for sure. So at this stage, though, Austin Wagner battles away inside. He's 32nd position, and he's down the order, and amongst the pack of cars with Jack Watts and Parker Donaldson as well is out there. Them Jared Wishon's with them too.
Gordon Spain
trying to battle away. Gordon Spain after that EOL penalty tonight that he started with in this race. He's back up to P28. He qualified P22, so he had good pace throughout qualifying. And then there's Josh Motorchek, P28 at this stage, who started P40, so poor qualifying from the man that won at Eldora this season in the 85 truck. He has got an opportunity to make the chase this season.
He just scraped the wall there, right there. So
he has a great opportunity to make the chase this season.
Yeah.
He's just got to try and maximise at a different racing style of circuit than at the dirt track at Eldora back in round 6 of the season.
Yeah, he'd like to have one more of those on the schedule.
He would.
Before the
maybe Bristol Dirt. Maybe Bristol Dirt for him next time. Out, bit of contact with the 72 though. Chris Walker getting loose from the door of Motorcheck as they flow on through. That's allowed the 12 to drop a pace. Watch for Wagner in the background as well. He'll be trying to sneak on by. There's the 77 of Jack Watts as well. So unfortunately for that truck there of Walker, and nearly dropped bog positions just from that small moment on board that car.
I mean, that's all it takes, especially around a track like this. The slightest lift to regain the truck is all it takes to kill your momentum around a place like this. As we move forward and look at this battle here.
Oh, Jordan Nees caught on the outside line at this stage, trying to run as much pace as he can, of course. Highline can be your best friend at some circuits, and for Kansas, drivers can make it work, but it takes effort, it takes grit, and it takes tenacity. Running the low line can be a little bit boring sometimes, Jim, but if you can run fast on the high line, you're a rocket ship around Kansas.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a certain amount of tracks that, look at this little bump drafting going on here between Keaton Tripp and that's Thomas Lee there in the 54.
Yeah, it is.
I have to say, that Busch Light livery. I like that Busch Light livery on Thomas Lee's truck tonight. I like it. Yeah. I thought it was. I noticed it in the when we did the grid. I noticed that chrome red livery. I kind of like it. I was just sitting here looking at Michael Milfelt. I mean, last week obviously we had some fun with him, and he was a good sport about it, and then he did come away with the win. But look how many positions he's up right now. He's up 24 spots.
Great effort, and well, not just that, right? So he was helped to that factor by the fact that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 cars, 15, 16 cars at least.
Did you have to take your shoes off to do that?
No, I didn't. Okay. So realistically, he gained 16 positions, right? If all 16 raced, he's gained 16 through that, plus 8 positions would make up his 24 that he's gained tonight. So really, he's gained 8 positions on track. But ultimately, I don't think all 16 actually started the race. So we can maybe say he gained 10 positions on track.
Right.
In terms of on-track passes. Great night on the road for Michael Milfelt thus far.
Yeah.
In that process.
It's been a steady climb up through these 50 laps, which, by the way, we did just hit the halfway point here.
We have. Halfway point of the race. And only one throughout this race. It ended the stage early. So it has happened tonight. We've gone 20 laps, just about off the end of the stage. So we ran about 27 laps on the last run before the first caution of the race. Of course, drivers get 3 sets of tyres tonight, so they can put this race into thirds, and that's when they make their tyre changes. Of course, I would be expecting, Jim, cars to be coming in pit road maybe within the next 15 laps. Well, I would say by lap 65, we're going to start to see drivers coming into pit road.
Well, the fuel number tonight here, from what I have gathered from my research, would appear to be about 36 laps. So they pitted essentially on lap 29. So, yeah, lap, 60. 65-ish, maybe
66. Thanks
for
the caution.
Right, something like that. as you can see there at our graph as we look through the field here a little bit, you can see they're still just slightly under half a tank right
Well,
now. So
ultimately, Jim, with 36 laps of fuel, the minimum that they need to stop by to get home in this race is probably lap 65.
right,
They can pick lap 64, do a little bit of saving. 65 is going to be the bare minimum. So there's going to be
right.
minimum margins for them to come into pit road to try and sway and swing the strategy game. So if we look at that, we would expect bulk majority of the field in around that lap 64 to 66 marker of everybody coming into pit road. I would not expect anyone.
Well, my thought is if you feel like you can save a little fuel and say you're better at lifting and coasting it in, and stuff like that, if that's more your thing, clutching it, whatever you got to do to save some fuel. I think the undercut is going to be pretty powerful here. If you look, for example, at the lap times, we're already at approximately 2 seconds a lap off on tires.
Yeah.
So the undercut.
That's how quickly it can change at Kansas. I mean, it's
so the
ridiculous.
undercut could be huge here. We get somebody maybe takes a gamble and comes in on about lap 62, 63, going to gamble on the fuel a little bit. And but the thing is, the way the tires fall off here, you ultimately are going to have to pit late if a caution comes out.
Yeah, for sure. And I would expect if there is going to be a caution to come out, Jim, it is either going to be around the pit stop time where tires have really fallen off,
sure,
or it is going to be late in the race.
Sure.
Well,
both
that's when
probably. That's entirely possible that both spots. So what are we figuring again? Lap 60. Well,
I would say it would be lap 64 would be the bare maximum that they could get home from. You wouldn't make it home from 63. And 64 is you make it home probably on the smell of an oily rag, realistically, is what I would say you make it home from lap 64 on. Now, if a caution comes out now, is it worth coming in? Yes, it is, because it's
course.
A free stop.
Oh, yeah.
It's a free
100%.
Even though you don't make it home, you come in. You take that fuel.
You can't not take tires here.
No, that's right.
Everybody that does is going to be 2 seconds a lap faster than you.
That's right. So it's proving the strategy play of needing to take those tires, needing to come in when you get that
Personally,
opportunity.
I hope that we go caution free till at least till we get down to like 20 to go or something, because I want to see these guys run through a green flag pit stop cycle.
The reason that I would want it now is it would change the game in terms of their strategy, and it would really put the cat amongst the pigeons in terms of who is going to gamble their strategy of sticking to another stop in this race and staying out on track for an extra 6 laps, and who's going to come in early and take the free pit stop. It's an ultimate gamble if you were to stay out, and I think you'd only do it if you're further down the order. If you're at the front, though, you're coming in if the caution comes out at this stage.
I don't see anybody staying out.
The only people I do is those. The only people who I see staying out are those who are below P30.
Well, those are the ones that are going to cause the caution
out
when it comes out, when they go back green, because they're going to be 2 seconds a lap faster and they're going to get run over. So I can't see that. I can't see anybody doing that. I really can't. I don't see any benefit to that, short of that you're going to cause the next caution. I don't. At a track like this, there's just too much tire fall off here. If we were at Daytona, where tires don't really matter, that's another story. But this place is just so brutal on tires, man. I mean,
it is.
I mean,
it's
it's literally 2 seconds a lap right now, slower than what they were when these tires were fresh.
Yeah, it's unbelievable how much slower the old tires can be here at Kansas. As James Lehman and Justin Ritchie trying to battle away for their position here in and amongst the top 5. As Lehman tucks back in to P5 position, in behind P4 of Ritchie
had
for the
a
moment
nice
in
little
time.
run here tonight. We ain't talked about him at all. Is
Chris
Nathan
Howell.
Carroll?
No, Nathan Carroll as well.
I mean,
we have spoken about
Christopher
Carroll.
Howell. I'm sorry. I saw Nathan Howell. I saw Nathan Carroll's name, and it literally, my brain was like squirrel. No, Christopher Howell. Yeah. we haven't spoke about him all night, and he's up here solidly running in the top 10. As I say that, as he catches a wiggle right there, and he's dropping.
And he's caught out with no draft
Yeah.
either, so the other three have been able just to zoom on by
No,
him.
he's
but,
all right. He had a wiggle there, and he had to lift.
I tell you who else who's been really sneaky tonight, Jim, and it's just been hanging on. Bentley Glazer in amongst this top 10.
Yeah,
as well
but
as
you're a
Stowe
Bentley
Fresh.
Glazer fan. You have been all
I
season.
mean, you know what? He's drives so well, Jim. So tidy, so clean. I don't even think we've seen him make a drastic error all season in terms of on-track incidents.
Well,
been
you're
caught out
pushing
in
that
incidents for
commentator
sure.
curse to the limit, aren't you?
If you don't believe it can't curse you.
That's right.
But no, I mean, seriously, he's been super neat and tidy all season long, and it's been great to see from him as he comes into pit road now. So the earliest they 63, Jim. They're pushing this to try and get maybe 60. Well, they're going to need 68 laps at the field to get home.
I knew 63 was going to be the number, though. I did.
But they need 68 to get home.
That's
the issue.
The thing is, that's only if it goes green. Right now, what they're banking on is that a caution is going to come out later in this race, and they're going to get 2 seconds a lap right now on everybody who isn't coming in.
That's true. Maybe
honestly,
as well, they know they can save some fuel in the draft train as well.
Right,
so if they know they can save some fuel in the draft train, that might help them too. And now they're going to try and undercut us.
I think that the 2 seconds a lap right now, I would bet money that this race does not go green all the way. Now, of course, you hope it goes green long enough for everybody to cycle through these pit stops, you know. But then again, you just stay out.
The problem would
you
come.
just stay out and you get your lap back.
Well, that's right. The issue, then the pressure they're putting on themselves now is as caution comes out and somebody on the lead lap stays out and they get trapped a lap. That there is the ultimate issue.
Yes, but they're starting to come. They're coming in big waves now.
They're coming in now. Yep, Krishan Elliott, Milfeld Jr., Knees are all into pit road now. Yep. As Wagner remains in pit road. That's a lot to stop for him. 20 seconds. That is a long time in pit road.
Ooh, that is a long time.
I wonder if there was maybe a bit of damage fixing on board that car throughout that pit stop. An extra 5 seconds. No. As Holland now takes the race lead, Wagner is in the pit lane.
Did somebody
Michael and Carroll are in the pit road as well.
I thought somebody spun coming into pit road.
They did. Who was that?
That was Nathan Carroll, I think.
Yeah, it was Nathan Carroll. It was Nathan Carroll.
Yeah, he spun.
A mistake in the pit road for Carroll has seen him spin.
Look at this.
Into pit road.
Oh, somebody else was spinning too, the JBL truck.
Oh, my. Well, he only just caught that cone. Luckily, he's not been given a black flag. Rodoloso, Donaldson, Watts are all in as well, as is Patton. But this could be huge now for Bentley Glazer.
Yep, he's getting his... Well, I'll tell you what, that was close to a caution right there, man.
Oh, it was. It was very, very close. Black flag for Andrew Wagner.
No.
On the entry to pit lane after speeding into pits.
Oh,
so Wagner's going to be taken out of the race lead. And it's a stop hole penalty. So he's holding position pit lane, Jim, to try and serve this stop hole. As Glazer as well and truly jumped him and Justin Michael, who has got an extended pit stop. Justin Michael has been in pit road for 40 seconds. What has happened to the 87 truck? The car that was on pole position.
Gosh.
Something's happened, and I don't know what's happened to Glazer, but that might be... He's exiting now after 54.9 seconds in the box.
And no black flag.
No black flag. He was never given a black flag. Stowe Price Jr. with a black flag now as well. So coming in quick and fast. The pit entry's catching more and more drivers out. And the one who could be the big gainer out of all this, Jim, is Bentley Glazer, who has come down pit road already and is coming past pit road at this stage. It's P9 at this point in time.
He is the on-track leader of the cars who have pitted.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And everybody who's in pit road right now, Richie, Cook, Maul, Fracker, Mitten, and Schoenbachler, I believe, were all behind him prior to the stop. Holland, by going those extra 4 laps, Jim, has dropped down below Glazer, Hollingsworth, and Keaton.
Watch what happens to Lehman here. Because he's still
Well,
out.
Lehman's in now.
Yes, watch what happens though when this thing cycles out. He's going to cycle back in like 10th or back.
Yeah. Well, Glazer's now into the race lead.
Yes.
Hollingsworth is corrected P2. Keaton Tripp, through that strategy coming in on lap 62, is up to P5 where he qualified and is going to be P3 after Lehman and Howe come out of pit road. This is unbelievable strategy from Keaton Tripp.
Yes. The only thing that bites him is if this thing goes green all the way to the end. That's
the only thing that bites him. Holland's actually getting around the outside of him now, so
if this thing goes green all the way to the end, he's more than likely going to have to pit.
Well, 4-lap newer tyres for Richard Holland has paid off beautifully for him to get past Keaton Tripp at this stage in time.
I think Keaton is probably, to some degree, saving his tires and his fuel a little bit.
Yeah.
Probably.
I'll tell you what, Krishan Elliott's made a good gain through that pit stop as well. He's back up to P7 where he started the race as Jim. So that's a good strategy for him to come in on 64 for a couple laps earlier than those front runners, and he's gained himself back up into the top 10.
Look where Lehman is now after that pit stop cycle.
12th place. Went a little bit too long, but he can make it home without a pace car.
Well, that's the
thing.
He
can get home without it.
If it goes green, the guys that pitted from, say, 66 on, they're in good shape, which...
I would argue the guys who pitted on 64 and 65 are fine. That's who I would argue is okay. And knowing that Richard Holland pitted on lap 66...
Yeah, he's in good shape.
He's fine. He's fine. The issue for Hollingsworth and for Glazer is they've now got to save fuel to get those cars home, and they need a pace car to get home. And for Richard Holland, he's come out of the absolute woodwork tonight to prove himself as a race contender here at Kansas Motor Speedway, and he's sitting pretty right now. I think if we go green to the end, Jim, the cars we're going to be looking at, we're going to be fighting for this race lead, is Richard Holland, Scott Patton and Nathan Carroll. They're the ones that are best seated right now. If we get a pace car, that changes things. All of a sudden, Glazer, Hollingsworth, Tripp, they can make it to the end. Anybody at that point,
Then you got to look at what qualifying positions, because whoever's got the better pit box, that buys you a good bit of extra time. But let's go back here and check on our pole sitter. Where is he at now?
Well, our pole sitter, Justin Michael, is a lap down and in P34 position.
So he is the lead
After
car
54,
a lap down.
Yes, so if we did get a caution, he would be the first one to get back onto the lead lap. It's a very weird scenario, and why he would 54.9 seconds, I'm not sure, and I can't tell you.
I'm going to do some research on that and see if I can figure something out.
By the way, Richard Holland, now into P2, has gotten past Jeff Hollingsworth, and he's 0.8 of a second on the tail of Bentley Glazer, so he is chasing down the race at this stage, is Richard Holland, who's got some ultimate pace tonight on board that Chevrolet Silverado of his in P2. Hollingsworth doing well for the Ram fans out there, up 11 into P3. Great run tonight. Lehman inside the top 10 as well. There is one solitary Ford inside the top 10. It's Justin Ritchie, and there's no Toyotas. First Toyota on the field, P12 in Heath Smith. Up 23 positions in the one truck tonight in P12 position. So right now, it's a Chevrolet show here at Kansas Motor Speedway. And what we're seeing right now is it's a Richard Holland show in the 20 truck, because he is looking to be on the road to his first race win of the season, Jim, and our 8th different race winner here in Season 5 of the CNC Truck Design Series.
Man, he just drove it by Bentley Glazer like he was parked.
And that is the differential of 4-lap-old tyres. Glazer is already 2 seconds, or realistically 1 second off his previous best time. 30.9 is his best lap in this race. Last lap was a 32.0.
But I would argue that since he stopped at lap 62, he probably, to some degree, is conserving a little bit just in case.
I would say so.
So I think that he probably has a little more pace than that in him, but he's just waiting to see how it plays out. He's trying to hold track position and see how this plays out. If it goes green, then he's got to be, then he's got to conserve a little bit.
I wonder, Jim, if we get into the moment where there's a pace car, let's say with 15 laps to go.
Yes.
Do we see anyone come in to take tyres?
Oh, absolutely. Everybody. Absolutely. 100%. Everybody will come in. If you don't,
Also,
the thing is, if you don't, you're going to be a sitting duck.
oh yeah, absolutely sitting duck. And I tell you what, right now, James Lehman, who came in on lap 69, we mentioned Jimmy came out in P12. He's back up to P4 on those fresher tires. So he is pulling that truck forward. Justin Ritchie's doing well. He pitted on lap 68, so he's found his way forward as well. And Carroll, who joined Lehman in on lap 69, nice, is back up to P7, up 8 positions in this race for Chris Howe. Sorry, not Carroll, Chris Howe on lap 69.
See,
so
you did it too. Same too.
You know what it was? You know what it was? They were stacked on top of each other in the timing.
That's what happened to me.
I misread it. If it can happen to you, it can happen to me.
Well, you're better at this than I am. I'm just along for the ride.
I hope you bought your day pass. Cut the line. Straight to the front. Save yourself 3 hours of lining up for this roller coaster ride. And it's going to be 20 laps to go to the end of this race, and we cross the strike the next time by. And what a roller coaster ride it's going to be in those final 20 laps as well, Jim. One caution to note tonight. Ended the stage early out at lap 27. We saw the trucks come in for their first stop on lap 29 for the majority of the field, and then it was within the mid to high 60s was then the next stop for the road tonight. We've had 12 lead changes across the 81 laps of this race, and only 3 laps have been under yellow flag conditions. The rest have been under green, and what a race it has been. Unbelievable to see these guys do so well here. And this is the style of racing we often see. Jim, it goes one of two ways.
Yeah.
It's either it's fully green flag running or it's a caution fest. It's never an in-between. And it's really weird how that plays out. I think it has a lot to do not only with the field you bring here, but the car. I think also as well the car combo with the track as well. Depending on the car combination, that can affect it as well. I think if you bring the next gen here, or maybe the new Arca, they can struggle a little bit on their tires, but you bring the O'Reilly, they often do quite well around here. Even the Gen 6 can do around here as well. So it's definitely a balancing act, I think, between the car and track combination that leads us to these race styles coming forward for us.
So one of the things, that has greatly affected these trucks is at the beginning of last season on iRacing, they introduced a new aero package for these trucks. And I think a lot of people were struggling to get a grip on that now. But now we're 13, 14 weeks into that new package, and I think people are understanding better how you have to drive these trucks. You can't just sit right behind somebody and expect to make a move on them. When you get a run on them, you got to go on by them, because the aero will kill you if you sit behind them.
Yep, for sure. And obviously as well, I mean, the trucks are becoming a real mainstay now in terms of the esports competition for iRacing as well. College Series is run. College Series is run with trucks at this point in time. As well, knowing that the Coke Series is run with the next gen cars too. I wonder what the stepping stone is then going to be, Jim, between the College Series and the Coke Series. How are they going to bring the O'Reilly? As my mic completely cut out, then that was very rude of it. There's many appreciations. How are they going to do a stepping stone between the College Series and the trucks, and then to the Coke Series and the next gen cars? How are they going to bring the O'Reilly?
That's a good question. I mean, the O'Reilly car has, it's had its moments where it was extremely popular, and then it kind of faded away for a while. It'll be interesting to see. I know that, trucks in the last year have just gotten insanely popular. Like,
they have
so many truck leagues now, It's tough to say. I almost feel like that the O'Reilly cars right now are almost kind of forgotten about a little bit,
Yeah, I would agree. I think they are.
I personally like driving the O'Reilly car. I like the way it drives. I liked the trucks prior to the aero change, but I would probably pick an O'Reilly car now over a truck, given the way these things, push like a dump truck when you get behind somebody. They do. What?
Yeah. No, I agree. You should try driving one on a road course, Jim. It's very interesting. We're going to see how that plays out next week out at Sonoma as the pressure's starting to build here. 14 laps to go at Kansas Motor Speedway. Well, lap 87 of 100. Kirk and Keaton Tripp are battling hard, knowing that Tripp came in on lap 62. He's got to try and conserve the fuel where Kirk can push on. After pitting on lap 66 of this race, it's Richard Holland who leads the way right now by 0.2 of a second over James Lehman, who had come in on lap 69. The race winner last time here in Lehman is rocketing that Ram to the top of town, as he has only got one position gain to put Ram on the top step of the podium for the first time. See, Home Designs Truck Series. And Jim, what a moment it would be for Dodge fans out there to see this truck up in the top end as he goes.
Indeed.
Holland runs out of grip on the top.
There it is.
And Lehman and Holland side by side down towards turn 3. Which one of them's going to come out on top? You've got to give the nod to Lehman, though, as the previous race went here.
I mean, yes, but I tell you what, yeah, well, Lehman's got 3-lap fresher tires, you know. I don't know that really makes a difference after they equal out. It does probably, you know, early on in the run. But at this point, I would say they're probably equal, and it really depends more on your driving style at this point. It's going to be a battle to the end, though, and it's going to get exciting.
It will.
Honestly, there's a part of me that does not want to see a caution, but then there's a part of me that does. I mean,
think about how much it would really spice things up at the end of this race. With 10 to go, with 10 laps to go, if a caution came out now, how many drivers are going to hold track position?
None.
How many of them are going to risk the tire change? I mean, that's the ultimate question to be asked, I suppose. For Holland, it is 0.2 of a second to Lehman, who is on 3-lap fresher tires than him, and who is on a full push to the end of this race. It is an ultimate storyline tonight of Lehman going up and down the field. He's back up to P1 up after, he's up 5 positions. Howell being up 12 into P3 is a great run tonight as well.
What a run he's having, man. What a run he is having.
Unbelievable run from Chris Howell tonight. Up 12 into P3. Probably, honestly, deserving of this podium right now.
Oh, 100%.
One of the 3 best performers of the night. You can add into that as well the likes of Glazer, Ritchie, and Floyd in behind them as well. I think everyone within that top 10 has driven absolutely spectacular. And I think if Heath Smith sneaks his way into the 10,
let's not lose
Captain
track
Kirk,
of the side.
up 7 into P10.
He started from the back of the pack.
He did. EOL penalty up to P10 in this race.
Yeah.
By the way, Keaton Tripp is on the ultimate fuel save, P13 at the moment, after coming to lap 62. So that early stop has really hurt him here tonight.
I mean, it was a gamble.
Bentley Glazer is the only survivor alongside Jeff Hollingsworth, who pitted on lap 62 to remain inside of the top 10 right now.
I mean, that was certainly a gamble. I mean, at this point, those guys are having to conserve fuel, or they're going to have to come get fuel, one of the two.
Yeah.
It was a gamble. Caution didn't come out, so they didn't get to, keep that track position they gained with the gamble. At this point, with 7 to go now, they're in conserve mode. If a caution comes out, then they get to make a late dash, which the likes of Keaton Tripp with fresh tires, he can pick up a lot of spots,
Oh, for sure he can. If that late break caution comes out, but with 6 laps to go here at Kansas Speedway.
Is Justin Ritchie.
I know, and what a run tonight, up 9
solid.
Into P4, really solid. Has driven nice and solid as well. He continues to run this high line. This has been his line of choice all race. Every time I've seen it out there, he's been running that high side. So he is maintaining that strategy play where he feels comfortable.
Could argue that he's running the most popular number and paint scheme ever in NASCAR. The Dale Earnhardt 3 with the black Goodwrench Intimidator paint scheme on there. That's, but yeah, just quiet. We haven't really, he hasn't been involved in anything. It's just
in saying that, Jim, he is running it within a little bit of blasphemy. He's running it on a Ford when it should be on a Chevrolet.
Well, I mean, there are plenty of people that would take issue with that for sure. But
I only speak for the people who would maybe believe that.
There are plenty of people that would absolutely have an issue with that. I personally am not one of those, but I get it. I definitely get, and there are plenty of people that would have an issue with that. As we're now down to 4 to go.
Yep, and it's about to be 3 to go when Lehman crosses the line.
It's looking like we're going to make it.
It's come down to the absolute wire. We are going to make it, and we're going to make it with only one.
So my question is, let's go check in on Keaton Tripp, and let's take a look at this. Look at that gas gauge.
He's right. He's right at the bottom. What about Bentley Glazer? How's his fuel look? In comparison to Tripp, knowing they came in on the same lap, he's about the same.
Yeah, then you go up to Lehman, and look where Lehman's at. He's just comfortable.
Fine. He's completely fine. He can get home. He's no worries at all. And he's set up as well for overtime if we needed it.
Yeah.
So, 2 to go.
But if there's an overtime issue, I really still believe that people are going to come for tires.
Oh, they will.
Because you're going to get plenty that will come for fuel and take tires. So then it kind of forces everybody else's hand because you don't want to be on the tires. But I don't think it's going to happen. We're fixing to hit the white flag here.
We're going to hit the white flag as we come around turn 3 and 4 for what is the second to last time of the evening and towards the start-finish line. It is going to be white flag at Kansas Motor Speedway. Lehman has brought us on to lap 100. There's no overtime to talk about. How those that came in on lap 62, can they make it to the end of the... For Lehman, he's got no worries in the world of making it to the end. For Holland, he can make it as well. And he's pressuring to Lehman's rear end around turn. Come onto the tri-oval now for James Lehman to the start-finish line. Lehman, 2-time winner in Season 5 of the CN Series. Holland on the podium. Howe on the podium up 12 as well. Ritchie and Glazer in the... Glazer made it, Jim. He made it.
He did. Yeah, they all did.
With Sean to Nathan Carroll, Dakota Floyd, Hollingworth, Kirk the top 10 in an amazing run home. One caution across 100 laps. If we hadn't have had it and we went to the stage and only 3 laps later, it would have been a no caution race at Kansas Motor Speedway.
Yeah, sure would have.
What a run. What a run home.
I tell you what, some of the storylines here, Millfelt all the way back down to 26th here at the end of the race. And obviously we go back to Justin Michael. What a crazy situation he ended up in, 35th. I mean, an absolute night to forget for sitting on the pole, and then it just all went south from there.
We thought it was going to be the opposite end of the spectrum. We thought Keaton Tripp was going to be the one to be down the rear end, and it's gone the opposite way. It's been Justin Michael has ended up down there. I mean, unbelievable that can happen.
It can, though, just that quick, Let's see. I think we're done here. Yeah, let's get some results pulled up here, and there we go. That's so much better. I have no idea what's going on there. Race results.
We may have to wait for everybody to finish, maybe, as everyone actually.
Everybody did finish. I thought we were good.
They have hit the finish. They have hit the finish, but what a run home for that race here at Kansas Motor Speedway.
Why that is not showing? Well, we'll do it this way then. We'll just have to.
We'll do it the old-fashioned way, shall we?
No, we'll just have to do the little one. We'll do the little one over here. We can do it this way.
So there's the top 10 of that race. Lehman to Holland to Howell, Ritchie, Glazer, Wishon, Carroll, Floyd, Hollingsworth, and Will Kirk. The top 10 to the top 20. We find Smith, Patton, Tripp, Grishon Elliott, Rob Haynes, Thomas Lee, Josh Fracker, Josh Modacek, Greg Moore, and Gordon Spain. Then for the top 20 here tonight. In behind them, we'll find Parker Donaldson to John Schellenbachler, James, Matt Rodoloso, Rod Mitten, Michael Millfeld Jr. ahead of Jordan Nees, Tommy Cook, and TJ Lee Jr. for the top 30 in the end. To the next set, we find Austin Wagner, Kerry Cleaver, Bill the People's Gym in Paradise, made that really long name.
Yeah, that's exactly why I did that, too.
Yeah, Justin Michael, Billy Bumgarner, Scott Sanderson, Andrew Wagner ahead of Riley Laverne for the top 40, and then to the final three positions it was Paul Crumray, TJ McLaughlin, and Ty Stanley for the top 43. Everyone else didn't participate. They missed out through qualifying. And first up, we have P3 on the road here tonight in Chris Howe. Chris, welcome in. P3 on the road, a fantastic race for yourself, sir. I mean, up a great amount of positions, up 12 in that race. How does that feel to get that podium solidified here at Kansas Motor Speedway?
It feels pretty good, man, especially after the last 4 weeks. Been struggling to even finish a race, and yeah, it feels good to be top three, man. I was trying everything to catch James. We came out of the pits together, and I think he just ran some qual laps there, probably the first couple laps or so, and then traffic separated us. So, but all in all, it's still good finish.
Now, obviously, with the chase on the line coming up the next few weeks to the end of the season, you currently find yourself, if I can find you on the list, you find yourself in P7. Well, he was P7 before tonight's race, so this will gain you some good points within the top 10. How does that now change the mindset going into the next few rounds? Obviously, we've got the road course next week out at Sonoma. Charlotte, Nashville, Lucas Oil Raceway Park, Pocono, Michigan to end the season. How does this now give you a boost of confidence leading into the final rounds of the regular season, or do you think there's still work to be done across the next 6 weeks?
Still some work to be done. I mean, overall, I'm still a confident driver. I've just been struggling qualifying. I've been having to make my way up through the field, and you watch some of these races back, you'll see I find my way back up in the top 10. It's just something happens and I get collected. So Sonoma next week is crapshoot for me. I really do not like Sonoma. Out of all the road courses, it's the one that I struggle at the most. But from that point on in the schedule, I feel pretty confident. And the tracks that are in the playoffs, I'm pretty good at too. So yeah, man, I started real strong this season. You know, I was top 1, 2, 3 in points all season, and then just I had a bad string of luck with races, and it just feels good to get back up here. So,
well, we're glad it feels good for you, Chris, and it's a great swing of momentum into your favor as well. We wish you the best of luck next week out at Sonoma to see where you end up, and across the final 5 rounds after that, the chase begins. Is there anyone that you want to give a shout out to before we let you go this evening?
yeah, I just want to give a shout out to the league admins. We brought on a new admin this week, Nathan Carroll. Want to just wish him the best of luck. And unfortunately, my teammates, one didn't show up because he had a newborn yesterday. So congratulations to him. And
awesome.
My other teammate didn't make it. Yeah. And so I just hung out with some different friends within the league tonight. And I just want to thank them for let me into the voice channel. Hopefully they put up with my cussing and swearing and whatever else I was saying. Yeah, I just want to thank you guys for broadcasting. I just look forward to going back and seeing how it was all shaping up as far as the pace at the end, if I was catching or what, if y'all are keeping an eye on that, or if y'all were just really keeping an eye on the front too. I know they were in a close battle up front too. So yeah, and I just want to thank the Lord and Savior, and that's about it.
All right, buddy.
We appreciate your time, and thanks so much for coming over to chat to us, Chris. Best of luck across the final few rounds, and congratulations on your P3. Chris Howe, P3 on the road tonight here at Kansas Motor Speedway. Appreciate it, Chris. Next up, we have P2 on the road tonight in Richard Holland. Richard, welcome in. P2 on the road. You had some great pace out there. A bit of a breakout moment for you here tonight as well. Talk us through your race and how you felt everything went for you here out at Kansas Motor Speedway.
Yeah, I had a pretty good run. That first run, I felt like kind of burnt the tire off it, burnt the right front off of it, and then that stage break kind of saved me, and then we pitted, tried to take a little bit more care of it. Even though we got out front, kind of allowed me to take care of it. Just the clean air, this thing just has so much more grip on the nose. You don't have to drive it as hard, but you can still have pace, you know what I mean? So that was good. Yeah, just a great run. I thought we had the strategy there, and we pitted just about right when we caught caught those two guys in front of us and got by them, and then I saw James coming, and I was like, oh, he pitted after us. But yeah, that was a lot of fun, and yeah, great race. I think we only had just that one caution that ended up being the stage, I think. So good run. It was a lot of fun.
I mean, that's exactly right. I mean, the one caution for 3 laps. I mean, 97 green laps race, an unbelievable statistic. How are you feeling now going into the first rounds? Because if I double check, let me see where you are. If you're within the current run for the,
Do you know where you're at in points?
okay, so
going
you
into this?
weren't within the top 22. Do you know where you are in the points before this race, Richard?
I don't. No, I didn't even look. I'm not sure.
Well,
Okay. Well,
let me see.
hopefully this kind of brings you back into a little bit of contention now, maybe into the bubble for the chase. Strong final 6 rounds could get you there, maybe, depending on where you are at the moment.
Yeah.
Do you feel any confidence leading into the next?
Sure. Not the road course so much. Not great at road course racing, but we'll have to just try to hold our own there, keep it on the track, and let attrition take course and get the best finish we can there. Maybe a top 15 or something would be great. But after that, I think we'll do all right. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully, we can just string together some top 10 finishes and make the chase, and then see what happens.
Well, we wish you the best of luck, Richard. You're P38 leading into tonight's event, or is that after the points tonight, Jim?
No, that's probably. To be honest with you, it is live, so I don't know if it's updated yet. But I believe this is prior to the tonight. So you were P38.
Okay.
That would mean that you're going to obviously make a big jump up in points tonight after finishing third. I'll tell you what I can do. Let me pull up top 5s, and it should show if he had a top 5.
No, it hasn't shown it. So this was your first top 5.
Yeah. So this is not this is not updated. So yeah, so you this is going to obviously rocket you up quite a bit in points, and if you get a good run over the next few races, maybe you can slide up in there and be a spoiler and slide into that chase.
Yeah, I mean, you never know what happens. I mean, you get further into the seasons in these things, and some guys don't show up, and
true.
Certain tracks guys don't show up.
What is your specialty? What do you feel like you're the best at?
1.5 miles for sure.
Okay, so would you classify Michigan in there as well, even though it's not really a mile and a half? It kind of drives like a mile and a half, though.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Kind of
like or a homestead. Something that you can move around, find a groove. Which seemed to work really well for you tonight. So.
Yeah, we should run well at Michigan. I don't even know. I can't remember what else is on the track. I think Bristol's in there and the road course. And
we got let's see. So we've got we got Sonoma next week. Then we got Charlotte, Nashville. Charlotte's obviously 1.5 miles, good one for you. Nashville, another good one for you, really.
Yep.
Lucas Oil, that's a short track. That's a wild card too. Pocono,
very.
Pocono, which is not necessarily 1.5 miles, but I would argue that guys who run 1.5 miles well should run pretty well at Pocono too. So you got some good tracks.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We got a good chance there to have some good runs and some good finishes. And like I said, down the stretch, a lot of guys, they tend to not show up every week, and so we'll see what happens. 38th is a long ways to go. So.
Yeah, but you're not 38th after tonight, though. You're going to make a big jump. I think you're going to be surprised where you end up after tonight.
We did miss Rockingham too there a few weeks ago, so that kind of hurt us in the points. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm excited.
You got a heap of tracks coming your way, so I think it's if anybody could do it, with the tracks coming up, you should sure have a good shot. I tell you what, I like that Milwaukee paint scheme on there too, man. Milwaukee Power. Are you a guy who uses Milwaukee tools for a living, or is that just something that you found that you liked?
Not for a living. A friend of mine is a carpenter, and he that's what he does. He has all Milwaukee tools. So I mean, I have some. That's pretty much what we use. We use them at work. We all that stuff. But So just a quick story with that scheme. That scheme was red and black for Milwaukee. Mm-hmm. And I went to a race one week, and a guy had almost identical paint scheme. even though it wasn't identical because a buddy of mine painted this truck for me.
Right. But it was close enough.
But it was very similar, and I was like, ugh. So I went back to the drawing board, and him and I talked one night and had a few beers, and we were sitting there, and I was like, make this thing white and black. He's like, really? And I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
And so that's what we did.
I like it. I like the fact that it's not red and white, to be honest with you, you know? I think that's
I liked how it turned out.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Congratulations. You got anybody you want to shout out and thank before we let you go?
Yeah, just want to thank you guys for doing the broadcast, man. A lot of friends, family, like to go back and either watch this thing live or go back and watch it. I know the drivers like to go back and watch it also, and we wouldn't have that if it wasn't for you guys doing what you do. So we appreciate that, and appreciate James and everyone that has anything to do with this league. It's a great place to race, and a lot of competition, a lot of fast guys in here. Makes it fun, clean drivers, a lot of green flag racing, which is awesome. I like that. I want to thank Dakota Floyd and them guys for letting me jump on as like an interim team member this year and race with them guys. So a lot of fun to hang out with them, and
good group of guys to tag along with too. So
absolutely. Yep. So yeah, we appreciate it. Everything. Thanks a lot.
All right, buddy. We'll hopefully we get to talk to you again for this run to the chase is over.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Looking forward to it.
Well, finally, tonight we have our now two-time race winner, defending champion as well, and the first race winner for the Rams out on the road, James Lehman. Welcome in. Inaugural Ram winner, your second win of the season. How's it feel to get it completed here at Kansas?
Oh, it feels great, especially, to give Ram its first win. So that's it's a win in my book.
You're better than, what's that kid's... Ram's looking for a driver currently right now, so you never know. That may open up for you. What's his name? Dye or something like that? His last name was Dye.
Daniel Dye.
Yeah, Dye, yeah.
Ironically, last time you took a race win, James, was at Vegas Motor Speedway, which is another 1.5 mile speedway similar to Kansas. So I think we found his niche, though, Jim, I think. I think we found his niche.
I mean, if we're being honest, even the whole maximum velocity race logo kind of even has a Vegas theme to it. If you look at that little triangle thing, it kind of reminds me of the Vegas sign. But no, man, we joked with you about that you better win this race tonight before the race, since you were the defending champion, and you made it real clear that you said you lucked into last year's win here because Justin had some trouble. I would argue that you didn't luck into it tonight. You honestly, you pitted later than I thought was a good idea. I really thought you went a few laps too long. I thought that the undercut was going to get you, but it didn't. You were so much faster there with those tires, and you drove right back up to the front. So good on you. Ignore the fact that I said you made a bad decision in the broadcast. But no, that was a brilliant strategy. Like I said, I thought for sure you were going to pit sooner than that once those guys started pitting. I know you were waiting to make sure you could get home, but I still thought you were going to pit about 3 or 4 laps earlier. But yeah, great decision, because ultimately those extra 3 laps or 4 laps on the tires let you drive by Richard Holland. And ultimately, that's what it took to win this race. So,
yeah, for sure. It definitely was a bold strategy. I mainly was just doing it so I get a bonus point for leading the lap. That was the main reason why I did it the first time. But no, to be honest, I think I just got lucky there. When I came out of the pits, it wasn't really surrounded by a lot of trucks, and I was able to just find the groove and get some clean air and run away with it. So.
Yeah, I'm finding a theme here that when you win, you claim that you were lucky. I'm starting to see a little theme here, but no, that's congratulations, man. It's a good win for you. It's obviously your second win of the season. Now that we got two-time winners this season, you obviously positioned well going into the chase coming up. And it would seem that based on what we've seen as far as your win history goes, you've got a lot of tracks coming up before the chase that suit what appears to be your style. These 1.5 miles in Michigan, which kind of races like a like a mile and a half, to a degree anyway. So, yeah, I think you're, looking forward to the playoffs now or to the chase at this point.
Oh yeah, for sure. Just wait till you see me on a short track, though. Other than Bristol, just wait. It gets really interesting there.
Is that good or bad? Interesting.
Oh, it's good.
Okay,
It's very good.
All right. Well,
Like,
yeah. Well, we got IRP. I mean, you don't get more short track than Indianapolis Raceway Park.
That one. I'll be honest. That one, not my cup of tea. That one's more Heath and a Scott racetrack. I'll be honest. That one, you'll be lucky if I make the race.
That would be.
I'm being honest.
That would be interesting. Well, I have to say you had a hand in making this schedule, so you're the one that put it on there.
Hey, look, whatever the votes work. You know what I'm saying?
So,
they want it, I give it to them. So
we'll see how that goes for you. But and we've got Darlington, North Wilkesboro, obviously, and then Darlington is not exactly a short track, but it has its own personality, and I would argue that it races somewhat like a short track to a degree, But yeah, so it's I'm looking forward to seeing it now. I thought you were a mile and a half guy, so we'll see.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, buddy. Well, who you want to? I'm sure you got some shout outs you want to do before we let you go here.
Well, thank you to everybody that came out and raced tonight. I know I say lucky every time, but I'll be honest, just because this league is very competitive, so you get lucky when you win, in my opinion. So, and then thank you to US Army Esports for sponsoring me, and thank you guys for broadcasting. You guys do an amazing job. Can't wait to go back and watch it, and looking forward to Sonoma next week.
So are we, actually. Both of us are big road course fans. You probably should talk Hamish into coming out of retirement and trying to make the field there. And he could commentate from the race seat if he makes the field.
Hey, there you go.
He has challenge. He has been challenged.
I don't know if it's very fair, Jim, for the rest of the field if I race at Sonoma.
No, you don't think so? Probably.
No.
We could bring Jack over.
I hold the second fastest lap in the. I hold the fastest lap in the Toyota Tundra at Red Bull Ring.
That's true. That's Red Bull Ring. That's your favorite course.
It is the Red Bull Ring, but of course Sonoma runs very similar to the Red Bull Ring, Jim.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
So, well, all right, buddy. Congratulations again, and looking forward to next week, man. Sonoma's going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait for that.
Of course. See you guys.
All right, Hamish. Final thoughts.
Well, Jim. Oh, well, yeah, I thought it was a great race once again here at Kansas, obviously. A lot of fun for those drivers out there, of course. One caution across the race. I'm excited for next week at Sonoma. It's going to be a fun one for them, I'm sure. I mean, if they want me to race badly enough, Jim, I'll wipe the floor with them at Sonoma, But
that would be funny.
Yeah, but I'm excited, both of us are big road course fans.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of Sonoma. I think Sonoma is severely underrated in terms of US race circuits, especially for stock car racing or that type of racing. It's really suited well for the supercar.
Huge history.
It does. Huge history. Yeah. Huge history. And I'm a fan that they have obviously the sports car layout now as well as a car layout there too. So it's a great place to go racing, and I'm really, really excited for that point. It's going to mark obviously the second third of the season ending for the regular season before we begin the final 5 rounds. 60 minutes in Sonoma, so a timed race instead of a lap race. That's probably going to mean that we're going to get less laps than what maybe we would if it was obviously a road course series there, because I have a suspicion that a lot of these drivers may struggle in the truck there next week.
Yes.
But time will tell. I mean, I don't know. We don't know who our road course specialist may be.
No, somebody's gonna pop out though, and
there'll be someone. There'll be someone for sure who is going to pop out and surprise us.
There's some guy in here sneaky that does that races supercars or something like that on the side. Because I would argue that probably a supercar is probably the closest road course vehicle to driving one of these NASCAR vehicles, So
it would be, yeah.
So if you got somebody out there who races supercars on the side or something like that, that would be a huge advantage coming in. So
it would, yeah.
Be kind of fun to see. But all right, man. Always great to be here with you. And
it is, and it's absolutely fantastic, Jim. I mean, we're supported by so many great people. so many great sponsors as well. And we appreciate everybody joining us once again, obviously. And if you guys are watching alongside us, be sure to hit the like button, to subscribe, the bell icon as well, so you're notified whenever we go racing on the channel. If you haven't done so already, we're on the road, Jim, to 800 subscribers. We're currently 8 away from 800
that's
subscribers.
crazy,
You guys, yeah, it really is. You guys can help us by making a small step to that goal by clicking that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. We appreciate everybody getting out there and getting into the chat with us as well. Live engagement really helps streams out to other people.
It does.
As soon as you get more eyes on the channel and more series to show off this fantastic racing. As well to our sponsors, of course, DRE Digital Race Engineer, who's been with us ever since the start. If you're sick of crew chief, give DRE a try. You can try them from the link in the description down below of every single stream we have for you. As well to Track Cams for Gourmets, which help bring the action to you visually on circuit by making every single camera look better on the road. And as well to our newest sponsor, Roasted Record. You can go visit them down in Florida, or you can order online. So use code SIM20 at checkout to get yourself a cheeky 20% discount on some brews and tunes of artisan coffee from all around the world, brewed in-house for you to your door as well. For myself, I'm Sean and Jim Cunningham alongside. Appreciate your time. Appreciate you for being here with us once again on Motormouth Broadcasting. Thanks so much for joining us here this evening. We'll see you guys next week here for the Maximum Velocity Racing Series CNC Home Designs Truck Series Championship for round 10 at Sonoma Speedway, live right here on Motormouth Broadcasting, where legends are created one corner at a time.